Welcome. In this video, we're going to take a look at the text animation generator that I created using AI Lit and VS Code. Okay, so the idea of this app is that you can choose from a preset and then edit it to your preferences. So in this case, the font size, the particle size, and the mouse radius. Change the text and the color. This is for our particle text. Then you can try it out and download it in CSS or Tailwind. After downloading the zipped file, you extract all and then click on the index file to test it out. So then you can try it out and play around with it on your browser. Make sure it's to your liking. So of course, if you're a web developer, you can just copy the code and paste it in. Otherwise, if you want this feature in your website, you can just download the zipped file and pass those files onto your web developer. And of course, there are other preset animations that you can try out. And of course, you can check them out in the link below. So in this lesson, we're going to look at setting up the Gemini CLI and then take a look at my different attempts of working with AI and then what I ended up for my final setup. So setting up the Gemini CLI. Okay, so in this, we are only using VS Code as a shell. So it's not going to be the actual program that's dealing with Gemini. We're just going to use the terminal inside of VS Code. And basically our vibe method to start with was context coding. Okay, so if you wish to read about the Gemini CLI, you can find the link in the description. And you can check out the article on the Google blogs. Then you'll want to head over to the Get Started docs on Git. And then scroll down to the Quick Start section and follow the instructions. So open up VS Code and then open up the terminal, then enter the install command. If you only want to install locally to one folder, then don't add the -G flag. And then when you want to uninstall it later, you will use the uninstall. Now for running and stopping, to run Gemini, you just type in Gemini, and then you'll be given the prompt screen. And when you first run it, you will be prompted to select your code theme. So arrow down to choose your theme and then hit enter. To stop running Gemini, type /quit. For signing in, type in -auth. You'll be given the login options. So in this example, we're just going to log in with Google. You'll be directed to the Google login page. So select your account and log in. For the tools, you can access /help to see your options, and you'll be given a list of all the basic commands. So for our first attempt with coding with AI, we attempted context engineering, which is where you give the LLM adequate context to produce all the correct results. So we started with AI Studio, which is Google Online, and we created our vibe package. So for our project, we developed these files. So this is a snapshot of my starting files for my first test. For this project, I ran with vanilla JavaScript. If you use vanilla, then open it with the live server so you can test the changes live. So first I added the AI information documents for context and tried to get it to keep with tasks that it set out. So here's the first prompt that I gave to Gemini. After completing a few of the designated tasks, we finished up with a basic setup. So our function files all connected correctly. First of all, I set up the interface elements and then got the basic functionality of the different views and buttons. This is our initial upload view here. And this is our export page and so on. However, things stopped going as planned. Gemini did a really good job to get where it got to. With some technical things, Gemini really outdoes some of the other models. And with this app, I think that we have come a really long way. The functionality in general is quite good. However, there is still a lot to go, and the prompting, just making small changes, took a very long time. I kept having to ask the AI to refactor the code. I kept ending up with these monolith files. And this makes it very difficult to work with, and AI needs some help sometimes. That was just almost impossible to do. I think I'm going to look at refactoring this in the future maybe, and then coming back to it where I can assist the AI where it needs it. Okay, so take two, I tried to give a much simpler task and to really concentrate on just prompting one feature at a time. I mean, I thought it was an easier task, but we also reached a limit, so that one got put on the to-do list too. With Take 3, I tried to approach this with partner coding. This is where I set up a well-structured template and gave AI smaller tasks and monitored it. So this is the lit template that separates concerns into different files and folders to make it easy for AI to read and work with. A link for this template will be in the comments. Now, Lit and Gemini are both developed by Google, so I don't know how other models would compare, but Lit is very simple and JavaScript is used for the most part. So then step by step we built out the UI. And you saw earlier the tour of the project, and if you want to play around with it, the link is in the description. So for this setup, I had 2 terminal windows open. There is a button to add multiple terminals, one for running the project to test and the other for prompting Gemini. I would make a few small adjustments while Gemini was writing the bulk of the code, but I was careful not to touch the files that Gemini was working with. So with this setup, I could easily monitor any AI errors, and I would just fix any minor errors. I worked on this project for about 4 days in my spare time every now and again, and for this project, there was no PDR for the AI. I had an idea in mind and did not give any of the information to AI except the requested task. In the previous attempts, I allowed AI to edit freely. However, this time I checked the files that were going to be edited and sometimes reviewed the code to make sure the task was understood. So my thoughts? I honestly thought it was like working with a 7-year-old with the knowledge of a senior dev. It coded fast, but constantly got distracted and tried to do what it wasn't asked, thinking it was helping. So keep in mind that Gemini can make mistakes and cannot do everything. Sometimes it will overwrite files that you didn't want touched. However, Gemini can outperform other AI models in some technical tasks. So consistently back up your code with source control, and I have demonstrated setting up Git in a previous video. But overall, I feel this was successful and cut weeks of development time. And I hope you all enjoy creating with AI. And if you have any suggestions for the Letter Popper project, please leave them in the comments below.